So I had some weird stuff happen at my house yesterday. We had my wife's godson visit us from out of town, which is fine. He's a good kid. Yeah. He's actually a West Point graduate.
Oh, wow.
So in the military, good kid, you know, but a couple of things happened that I thought was very strange. I want to get your take on. One was with him and one was with my wife, Deborah.
We ain't done yet. It's time for the P1 Podcast.
Fun's not over yet.
Completely uncensored and unfiltered, except for that part.
Looking for the after party with it going.
The show's after show starts now.
Yeah, you get a West Point graduate. It's just different. You know, I mean, these guys are built different. They're, very well behaved. Yes, and so, he's part of the family. So, obviously I've known him since he's a tiny little guy. And now seeing he's grown-ass man, West Point graduate, it's kind of crazy.
Wow.
So he's in recruitment now, because he's still in the military. And so he is on some recruitment trip in Riverside, so he was kind of close. And so he decided he had the weekend off to come down and visit us.
Oh,
great.
That's super nice.
Yeah, super cool. So whatever, got to hear some stories, stuff like that. And we're just hanging out, no big deal. And then I made everybody dinner. And so I make everybody dinner. Now, last night was the 49er game, which I was very excited about, against Zeth's Hot Cowboys.
Oh, wow. That's right.
That's a bad time to pick that team. They suck.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Anyway, so I'm going to be set up right in front of the TV, and then everybody else was sitting at the kitchen table.
Is that normally how your family eats during a football game? Okay.
Yeah, I'm watching the game, and then they're usually they don't care. So they're sitting at the kitchen table.
Oh, okay.
And we had Grandma Nancy over because this is, her side of the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she's visiting with him. He's sitting where I sit, so there's enough room for everybody. And then I'm over here.
Yeah.
So I'm over here. I serve, everybody gets their food. I go sit down. I'm about ready to take my first bite as I'm watching the game just kicking off and everything. When Deborah goes, all right, his name's Jared. All right, Jared, would you like to lead us in grace? And I literally, I'm putting my fork in my mouth.
Yeah, like in your mouth.
And I literally, like the record scratch happens. Like, huh?
Yeah.
Grace? Look, what? Excuse me?
Grace?
Like, nothing wrong with saying grace.
Well, yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
I know, but Eddie.
We do not say
well,
grace.
That's
my
the thing.
That was what I was going to ask you.
No.
Is there something we've been missing?
No,
Yeah,
we don't say grace.
Something you haven't told us
Never
about?
said grace.
Never.
Never.
Not once.
Christmas dinner.
And I look over at the table,
never.
and I'm like, what did she just say?
What a wild thing to say.
Dude, and I'm like, where did this come from?
My wife does this too. When her
really?
family's over, especially her mom.
Yeah.
But her dad as well.
Grace?
No.
Okay.
It's more of she needs to show them that we're this amazing couple. And she needs to prove it to them. So she'll make me touch her leg more or hold her hand more and be affectionate. Yeah, we'll be sitting there like we always do, and she'll tap me. And then so they don't see slyly, and then take my hand and put it on her like we're so affectionate.
Oh my god!
And I'm just like, oh my
You're
god,
such a cute
dude.
couple.
You guys are married.
Yeah.
What did we?
But
what are
she
we doing?
needs them
what
to
are you
know
proving?
that we love each other.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy, dude. So
do you think that's the motivation here?
I don't know.
She
'cause
needs
I haven't had a chance to talk to her about it yet because
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it up.
Oh,
so I
okay.
have to know.
it's she needs her godson to know you guys are super religious,
I don't
grateful
know.
people.
I don't know because I'm
That
trying
is
to think.
so. Were the
I wanna
kids thrown
say-
off too?
I
I mean, they had to have been.
Of course.
I think,
Probably.
honestly, I think Jack was already eating. So
If I was Taylor's age, right? Was she 14?
Yeah.
And my mom said that, I'd go, "What the hell are you talking about, Mom?" I 100% would say that.
well,
I
I think
100%
Taylor
would
would
say
go,
that.
"What is grace?"
Yeah.
Who's Grace?
Yeah.
Why
Is
is
she
she
coming
here?
over?
Yeah, why is she here?
Is that your girlfriend?
Yeah.
And so he does it. He does the
How
traditional.
awkward is that?
Are they holding hands?
I didn't even look because I was so
Okay, so you didn't say anything or react.
I was
You
so
looked-
stunned.
Yeah.
I had the bite
Okay.
on my fork, and I heard her say that, and I went, huh? And then I hear him do the grace, And then I'm
You're like frozen.
I'm frozen in time.
But the bite is halfway in the air still.
And I honestly wouldn't be able to eat.
I can't. I'm not allowed to because if we're doing grace, you're
Yeah.
not
You have to
supposed
wait.
Yeah,
Wait till the food's
Was it a
left.
special meal?
No.
What did you make?
Chicken teriyaki.
God's meal.
I think that's what they served at the Last Supper.
Oh yeah,
I
chicken
don't think so, Eddie.
teriyaki.
No?
It
A
wasn't
little bit
like
of wine?
maybe a little wine, but
Dude, what the fuck? Dude.
No,
This
dude.
is amazing.
I have no idea.
Oh, I love this.
It was one of the weirder things that's happened in my house in a while.
that is so odd.
We don't do it. If we
No.
did it every once in a while, even, I go, okay, I guess this is special because he's here.
Yeah.
But we don't ever do it.
Wait, so
Does-
next time your parents are there,
Maybe I'll drop it.
Hey,
Maybe
you
I'll
should drop. Hey, Deborah,
Deborah,
you
would
wanna,
you like to lead us in grace?
what would your dad say?
yeah.
He would ignore it and just start eating.
Start eating.
Yeah.
Is Grandma Nancy a religious gal?
Religious is tough because that means you're going to church. Like
Yes,
you said.
yes.
So
Oh.
no,
No, okay.
But she was, raised
Yeah,
like
old school.
Catholic.
Does
and,
she
you know,
say
all that
grace
stuff.
before she drinks chocolate milk?
Good question. I'm not over in her little
Before she
apartment,
pops
so I
the
don't know.
yoo-hoo, she doesn't go.
She doesn't
Pops
drink-
you
she doesn't
with
drink
some
you.
saltines
It's
and a
regular
banana.
chocolate milk.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know. Maybe she does.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It came out of nowhere. It was one of the more bizarre things I've seen, and so I'm gonna have to get to the bottom of it
Please
because I
Yes.
don't get it. I
You
don't
have
get
to.
it.
Oh,
And why does he lead grace?
He's
Wouldn't
the
you?
guest. No, when you're the guest, I think
I
you
honestly
lead grace.
have
I don't.
no idea.
I actually don't either.
I feel like usually because my family's a bit religious, not me and Robert and
We
stuff,
know.
but
No
like
shit.
my bigger
We know.
family, my aunts are very religious, so like one of them leads grace. Like the
Oh,
most
really?
religious one in the group is the one that leads us in grace.
Now, if you were the guest in their home for the meal, you wouldn't say, "Would you like to lead us in grace?" Because it's an honor, right?
it is an honor.
I don't think they would let him.
Nobody's ever letting me lead grace.
Well,
So
great
let's just be real about
Great
that.
point.
So is
Okay.
he
She'd be like,
religious?
Emily would go, oh my God, I'm like so nervous doing this.
Nobody look
I
at
can
me.
lead grace.
Nobody, I'm so
How would
sweaty.
you
Oh
lead
my
grace?
god. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, I'm sweaty.
How would I lead grace?
Thank you, God. Oh my God.
Should we hold hands?
Do you want to
Yeah.
No, my hands are clammy.
I'm not touching you.
Her hand is
Yeah.
like cold yet
Thank
wet.
you, Lord, for our time together.
No.
Oh my God.
Please bless this food we're about to eat.
I mean, I
Bless
guess you
this.
can do that.
In God's
He
name.
went with the
Amen.
traditional. Thank you, O Lord, for these thy gifts we are
We're about to receive
Yes.
the bountiful hands of
He
Christ.
dropped
our
a
Lord.
thigh.
He
That's
went with
deep.
that's the
That's
traditional.
that's what we had to say growing
Catholic
up.
If
grace.
I heard Emily do that, I wouldn't be able to stop laughing.
You laugh.
I
So
wouldn't be
you
able to
laugh.
stop
you
laughing.
joined them for Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh,
Yeah,
you did.
nobody said.
You didn't. If they would have said, Tyler,
Oh,
would you like to
Tyler.
lead us in grace?
I would have. I would have already been eating like Eddie.
Oh my God.
And then I would have looked
You're like, "What's up
around
with these
and
potatoes?"
I would have, yeah, I would have.
Hey, fuck off.
Well, that first thing I would have said was, "These mashed potatoes are terrible. Who made these?"
You would say that in your grace.
Second thing, I'd be
No,
like, "God,"
thank you for
I'd go,
these
"God,
gifts."
please make thy mashed potatoes better."
Oh, wow.
Fucker.
Wow.
Oh, whoa! That's not very nice.
That's not graceful.
Hey,
That's not
in the middle
graceful.
of
Drop the F
grace,
word?
Emily?
That's not
Hell is
graceful.
going on? Okay,
Wow.
so that happens. So I'm so thrown off.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I was kind of disturbed, but it was fine. Whatever.
Okay.
We got through it.
Yeah.
Niners are killing it. I'm back in a great mood.
There we
I'm
go.
having a fun time.
There we go.
Watching the game. Then it comes to dessert time. You know, normally we're not huge dessert eaters, but I was like,
Company.
last week I swung by Nothing Bundt Cakes,
Oh, so
Oh.
good.
which is one of my favorite spots.
Yeah.
Because they had a new flavor of the month,
Ooh,
which
what have we
was
got?
crazy
Oh,
good.
crazy?
Yes, it was a dulce de leche churro.
Wow.
Crazy, dude.
Wow.
Delicious.
Oh, man.
And so, because we had heard that, I swung by, picked it up after softball one night, grabbed some, and so we had some ready to go. And so, the kids were eating it. We like a little bit at a time. I had one a little bit. I was eating a little bit at a time. I'm not crushing a full Nothing But Cake, by myself. And
Right.
so, we had I think 3 that were like there was a quarter left of each of them. Okay. And so I'm watching the end of the game and the kids are going to bed. So Deborah goes back there to like say goodnight to them. And the godson gets up and he walks over there and he looks at the eaten Nothing But Cakes and goes, "Got one of these?" And I turn around and I go, first of all, you want a half-eaten Nothing But Cake? Like clearly they've been, I mean, there's a quarter of them left.
Yeah,
Right.
disgusting.
You want one of these that are
That's
already eaten?
disgusting.
And then I go, they're 4 people. Like it wasn't like if it's a big nothing but cake that has slices, all right, you can absolutely, I'll give you a slice of that.
Yeah.
But clearly these are eaten, and clearly these are kind of earmarked for people. Like they've been eating out of them.
Yes.
So what I don't, he's a guest in our house.
Well, I'm confused. So did you guys have dessert without him?
No, these are left over from the rest of the week.
But you said you were having bites, your kids were having bites. Was
Previously.
he having? Oh,
Previously
not that
in the
night.
week. Not that night. No.
Got it. So no one's had dessert.
Nobody's had dessert yet,
gotcha.
or was going to.
Oh, okay.
And so he was just
They were just out, too.
They were sort of out on the counter.
Got it, okay.
And he was walking up. I don't know if he's getting some water or what, but he sees them and just goes,
"Oh,
can I have one of these?" And I go, "Okay, well, I don't know what to do here because one of them is mine, and no, you can't have my nothing but cake, which is sacred in our house.
Mm-hmm.
And the other two are the kids, who, I mean, that's like gold to them.
well, yeah, you can't give up the kids' ones.
They'll know somebody took it.
What am I doing?
You give up yours, guy.
Why?
Because
That's fucking crazy.
Because he's your
You were
guest.
gonna eat my nothing but cake?
Well, I think
That's first of all gross. I agree with Thor.
I agree with you. It's weird to ask when you see like an individual thing and it's
There's
just
a quarter left.
Yeah. That's
You want one of those?
honestly I'd never ask, but if somebody asked
I thought that
me-
was insane.
It
It was
is.
an insane request.
It's a weird. I wouldn't want to eat.
Yeah, it's a
half
weird
eaten.
request.
and it's a mini one. It's not
like
like
I
a
said,
big.
yes,
Yeah, that's disgusting.
they're buntlets.
They're pretty small.
Yeah,
They're buntlets.
It's kind of almost like
They're buntlets.
we heard
You stop saying
buntlets.
buntlets.
They're the
Yeah,
buntlets.
that's gross.
They're individual.
They're not called
buntlets.
bunties.
Well, and they're not
Those are the
fresh.
teeny ones.
Those are the tiny.
And they're not fresh.
Well, that doesn't matter.
I knew Thor was going to take umbrage
Can
with
you
that.
please?
I mean,
not
a little
fresh.
stale. How old are they?
They're not
Stale?
stale at all.
What
They stay
about-
incredibly moist.
What about Deborah's? Your wife's?
I think this fatso probably already finished hers. I don't know.
Okay, no, stop it.
Did she say grace before she ate it?
She probably did.
Oh wow.
Weirdo.
Okay.
So I go, I got all kinds of desserts, man. You want drumstick?
Oh.
I got
But he
ice cream
asked
sandwiches.
about the-
Can you please? I got regular ice cream. I go, yeah, if you
Holy
want
shit,
dessert.
you guys are loaded.
Yeah, but we never eat them. So,
Maybe
I
some
don't know.
Oreos in there, Eddie?
Oreos for dessert?
I don't think
That's a
so right
weird
now.
dessert. If we're talking
They're
ice
cookies.
cream.
They're cookies.
Yeah, but if we're talking like
But
ice
maybe
cream
you just
and
wanted to
shit.
notch on a little something sweet.
If we're talking
One or two
dessert, like
Oreos?
ice cream
Hey,
and
pal.
cake,
What are you,
out
the
of
boo?
Oreo.
What are you, the
wow,
boo?
it all worked out.
He would have
My
eaten all
God.
three of those pieces of nothing but cake.
Oh yeah. Oh, big
It
time.
wouldn't even have formed one.
No, definitely not.
Would he crush a full one?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he has. Of course he has.
Like a full-size bun cake?
Yeah, this is when we get
No.
into the
A buntlet?
No, the but not
The buntlet?
not the cake.
Remember
like-
at Thor's wedding, he
yes.
had nothing but cakes,
Yes.
the buntlets,
Yes.
as their wedding cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Did he eat a full one that night? Because I didn't get one.
Yeah.
I was pissed.
And I think he had donuts too.
Holy
Yeah, we had donuts
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So
Wow.
he would definitely.
Oh.
Yeah. And
He
if
would
this.
do work, huh? He wouldn't even ask. He'd just go be in the back and
Oh yeah.
start crushing it.
Yeah.
The little kids.
Yeah, exactly. Have a little on his face and be like, "What happened to those buntlets?"
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
So
like
if
that.
you-
He's like that.
If you were eating a little bit at a time and you had one left over, would he secretly eat yours?
Did you not hear about the 24-hour rule in our house?
Oh,
yeah.
So if I don't finish
I
mine,
forgot.
so you didn't finish yours in
No, I
24
didn't.
hours.
I didn't.
It'd be gone.
Done.
If you said, listen, I'm not going to finish this in 24 hours. I want to finish this, though. You can't have it.
No, I'd have to
What do
hide
you
it.
mean, no?
I'd have to hide it.
What is this guy a criminal?
Yes,
like
yes,
I don't
he
understand.
is. Yes, and then
he
he'd
can't
make,
control himself.
He'd make a comment about like, "Oh, we could just get fresh ones," you know.
I mean, that's,
Right.
That's
So-
insane.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's how it goes at my house. So if I had a guest over and he wanted that, I couldn't give him the booze. I couldn't give him my daughters. I would have to give mine. But
Wow.
but that's good. You offered other desserts.
Yeah.
But he didn't want it.
He didn't?
So he's like, no, I'm okay. And then now I feel bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, give
Now
him
I feel
yours.
Look at him. He doesn't find that.
No.
Find
Give
that
him
amusing.
yours?
Yes.
No, I'm not doing that.
Why do I have to do that?
Guy already said grace and made dinner weird.
And I offered. That's Deborah's fault.
Oh,
I offered him other desserts.
Yeah.
That's not what he
Clearly
wants.
I would have
those-
taken a drumstick.
Why not?
If it was a
fine.
full bun cake, I would have been like,
Now you
really?
want that.
Yeah, I want that. But
I'm not giving you that.
No.
if it's a half eaten, I wouldn't have even asked. I would say, hey, you got anything for dessert? And then you would have said, you want.
You're gonna ask me that aggressively?
So rude.
Oh, but yo,
oh my
eat.
God.
God, you're a guest in my house.
Oh my God.
Hey, what? Hey, you got anything for dessert?
That's a little aggressive.
How should I
That's
ask?
a little aggressive.
You don't ask.
You could
fucking
say
hungry. You don't ask at all.
You
What the
can't
fuck?
say. There's a nicer way to put that. Like, oh man, I'm kind of craving something sweet. How about you guys? Something like that.
I feel like you
Hey,
can't.
you got anything fucking to eat over here?
So wait,
Let me get up and make you a cake.
so if you're in somebody else's house, you don't ask for
and
dessert?
you're a guest for dinner, I would never ask for dessert.
Never.
But he's staying there, though.
Never.
It's not like, and he's known them his whole life.
A guest, though, still.
I would ask.
Yeah, but you're not even saying grace. Get the hell out of here, dude. You devil's child.